Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more of Dark Souls 2. Just an absolutely fantastic game. I'm really digging it so far. Last time we worked our way through, got to the next bonfire in the Forest of Fallen Giants. There's a merchant lady there. We got the blacksmith key from her. We got this pretty sweet traveling merchant hat, which comes with a monocle, actually. If we get a little bit of a close-up there. Yep, we got a monocle over our creepy undead face, because I've already died a couple times. And then we got this really awesome fiery longsword that we can actually equip. Pretty happy with my stats right now. I have the basics that I need, the foundation for getting a couple of these decent pieces of equipment going. You know, I can use a shield. One more point of strength, and we'll be able to use a better shield. So that's something exciting to look forward to. But we can use this longsword. We can use this really awesome, horrifyingly spiky-looking morning star here. You know, if we wield it with two hands. And then we got a dagger, of course. Now, you may notice that I'm not actually headed towards the Forest of Fallen Giants at the moment. I'm taking a very brief detour. There's something that I would like to acquire here. You'll see. So we go through the sewer area, and as I pointed out, it's going to be Heide's Tower of Flame. Ta-da! Which is the broken tower in these broken ruins out in the water, which is absolutely beautiful. This is gorgeous. I love this. I love the world, the area, the atmosphere. I love that you could actually get here. We could see it off in the distance, and now we could actually get here. There's also that cathedral-y looking building right there. We were told that the Sentinels of Blue make their home in there. That place also looks very similar to the cathedral in Anor Londo from the first game. Which is yet another reason why I think this game takes place in the same universe, just, you know, like thousands of years later. Now, there's a lot of bloodstains. There's a lot of people... Oh, and you rolled right off the edge. Well, you're an idiot. There's a lot of people that have died around here. There's a bonfire just to the right. You can see right there. Got a lot of bloodstains near it. But this guy, this big old giant-y guy, I guess. Very reminiscent, again, another Dark Souls 1 callback to the... Ooh, that hurt. The giants, like the giant sentinels and whatnot from that were guarding Anor Londo in the first game. I'm going to rest at this bonfire while we're here, if I can. Yeah, I can. Reset that guy. We're going to try that fight again. These guys are nasty, not so much because they hit hard, which is, I mean, they do. They hit very hard. The big problem with these guys is that their AI is broken and it just lets you attack them like that. Holy cow. No, the big problem with them is their knockback. So even if you block their attacks, they hit very hard and they will send you reeling. And with this narrow, like, these broken floors and stuff, more often than not, when you're fighting these guys, you will die from being pushed off the ledge instead of dying from, like, actually being killed by their weapons. Oh, that was stupid. I dropped my shield right before that hit. Ooh. Alright. So this one right here with the mace, this giant is unique compared to the others that we're going to be fighting in this area. He will not respawn. He's like the Dark Knights from the first game. But he also drops a guaranteed item, and that's what we're here for at the moment. Oh, man. Oh, crap. Ooh, I don't know how I'm still alive. I don't necessarily know that... Oh, man. So I was going to say, I don't necessarily know that he's within our power to defeat him yet. I'm hoping. Clearly, otherwise I wouldn't be here. man. Right, let's run away from this guy for a moment. Gonna eat another life gem real quick. We're gonna grab whatever this is. Human effigy, soul of a nameless soldier. There's another one up through there. We're not gonna fight that guy. I just want to kill this one. And also being unique, he has a slightly different attack pattern compared to the rest of them, like that first guy that we fought. Ooh, okay. That was close. Not a bit risky there. But he drops Sublime Bone Dust, which is kind of an odd thing to need. Yeah, we'll take a look at it right now. Sublime Bone Dust. Burn in a bonfire to upgrade your Estus flask. Not something we strictly require right now, but just getting it because it's good to have. He also dropped a chunk of souls, which is good. Charred Ashen Bones. Cast them into the Farfire and Majula to increase the HP restored with each use of your Estus flask. Similar to turning in the Firekeeper souls in the first game. They say these are the remains of a saint who cast himself into the bonfire, but we'll never know for sure. Soot and ashes tell no story. Interesting, because I think, I feel like, I suspect, I think that might be another thing justifying my thought, my reasoning, that this game is thousands of years after the first Dark Souls in the same area. I think the saint cast himself into the fire to strengthen it is actually the god of sunlight, Lord Gwyn, who tried to reignite the first flame and let it consume his soul as material instead. So I think it's kind of like the game of telephone, where your story changes ever so slightly as it gets told over and over again. I think that's what's happening. I have no real reason to believe it other than just what it kind of indicates. So that's kind of interesting. But here, if we go to burn, we can burn the Sublime Bone Dust, and now we'll have 2 Estus Flasks still, but now they're going to be Estus Flask +1, meaning that they will restore more HP, which is pretty fantastic. So that dude has a weird thing on his head. So that's cool. I think maybe we can level up one more time here. We can. Oh, I could probably use some souls. All right, let's do this. We'll do one more strength. And now we can wield that better shield. But I think I have a couple more soul items that we can use. So let's go with better shield. So that's awesome. That's 800, so this will be 200 more, so that's 1,000. So we can level up one more time. That's awesome. We need to start working towards what's it called? Faith stuff. Faith and attunement. Also in this game, you'll notice right there that blue 49, increasing your attunement also increases your casting speed, at which you cast your spells. So that's a very interesting side effect. Because that was not really a stat, at least not one that you could see in the first game. So that's cool. With that, I think we've got one more fun little thing that we can attempt here. I want to try to take out that White Knight that we saw at the top of the ladder here. I want to take that guy out and see if we can get the item that he drops. So we're going to attempt that. I don't know if I'm high enough level to do that, per se. But we're going to give it a shot. Ooh. Glad I dodged out of the way of that. I'm going to use my two-handed weapon here because these enemies are fairly easy, fairly simple to fight with a two-handed weapon. Oh, whoops. I very strongly suspect that I'm going to want my one-handed weapons and shield when we fight that knight in just a moment. Also, again, I would love to get some armor, but not helmets. I would love to get, like, actual armor. Like boots or something, like any of those, that would be just spectacular, game. Yeah, boots. Alright, better than nothing. Oops. Equipment. Boots. So yeah. Marginal increase. Not anything amazing. But still good nonetheless. We're going to go with our... No, I'm going to use my fire longsword here. It'll help me dispatch these other hollows real quick, because this area, for whatever reason, I usually have a bit of trouble taking out all these guys. I think that archer doesn't help. I think my low stamina doesn't help. Life gem. Okay, not bad, not bad. You can use that life gem to recover all of our health before we fight that guy. I mean, I could just use an estus flask. I think I'm going to save the estus flasks for during the actual battle. Oh, need to two-hand my weapon here. Oh boy. Ooh, that was almost really, really bad. Alright. Absolutely do want to take out the archer up here before we fight the knight. We'll use our dagger here for this. He didn't drop anything. Okay. So back down, let's go deal with that knight. I'm worried that I don't have enough defense and or HP to deal with that knight. It's going to be a war of attrition. It's going to get ugly, and I'm probably going to have to use a lot of my life gems, but I am hopeful. Ah, crap. Didn't dodge out of the way in time. I got greedy. Wanted to see how many of those hits I could get in. Now, luckily, our shield reduces 90% of physical damage, so I think we'll be good for most of this fight. We just got to be very, very careful here. Really don't want to get greedy. That's going to be kind of our key takeaway. He has a couple of attacks that hit really, really hard. You'll see one. I mean, all of his attacks probably hit really hard. It's the one where he stops and just kind of stands there all hunched over. That's his worst attack. You'll see what I mean. It's like he's charging up for it a little bit. Oh man, he's so fast too. Okay, I gotta stop trying that dodge, because that is not working for me at all. Unless we go in with a dagger, I might try that. Go on, do your 3-hit combo. It's that overhand attack where he kind of leaves himself open for a second. That's when I like to go in after. There, that one where he stands still. Oh, that's bad news. He does that quick, slashy uppercut thing. Okay, that time I got out of the way in time. There we go. Oh, that. Oh, no. Okay, not using the dagger anymore. It does not do enough damage. Oh. Alright. Just gonna let that life gem do its thing. I might need to use a second one. No, it looks like my health is okay. I can't take another one of those combos from him right now, though. That would be really bad. Come on, do your little 3-hit. Come on. 3-hit combo. Go. Alright, going with the shield instead of dodging. That seems like a much better idea. We'll take a little bit of damage, but much less than I've been taking so far. Come on, 3 hits. Do it again. Big old overhand swing. Leave yourself open. Come on. Come on. Nope, not that. Alright, I think one more of those and we got him. Come on, 3 hits. Come on, overhand swing. Come on, come on. Come on. Alright, you know what? Awesome, and we got his sword. Let's see what it takes, whoops, to equip that. 10 dexterity. So we need to put one more point into dexterity. Although we got a lot of souls for killing that guy. I'm going to equip it, even though we can't actually use it right now. It will be... Actually, you know what? I'm going to readjust things here a little bit. We can't use it at the moment, but it will become our primary weapon as soon as we get that one more point in dexterity. Okay. Our health is lowish, so rather than fighting our way through all those hollows and potentially dying and repeating what happened in that that first death, we're just gonna go get the heck out of here. We're gonna take the safe route, and in fact, I think we're gonna go level up real quick. So, apologies that these videos are maybe a bit repetitive and not as action-packed and fun as they should be, although I'm enjoying myself immensely. I don't know this game as well. I don't know the enemies, I don't know my weapons, I don't know... I mean, it feels a bit differently. Just, it's a bit slower. It's a bit rougher. Which I think is a bit more fun. Alright. Dex is important. Let's see if we can get our attunement slot. Yeah, so if we do 2 points into it like that, that'll get us our first attunement slot. So we could, in theory, equip a spell there. However, our faith needs to be raised so that we can actually do, like, equip spells. However, I'm going to boost our faith instead, because... if you look right here, lightning attack power boosts the power of lightning attacks. That goes up with our faith. So your faith influences your strength with lightning, which is cool. And you're probably asking, that you know, that's neat, but why do we care? You don't have a lightning weapon. We have the Heide Knight sword. It does lightning damage. And that lightning damage goes up as we increase our faith. So this sword, the reason I said it's going to be our primary sword, at least for a while, is because as we boost our faith, that sword is going to get much, much, much better. As opposed to the fire sword, where fire, I think, boosts mostly with your intelligence and a much lesser amount with faith. Magic weapons are obviously going to scale more with intelligence. Lightning weapons are going to scale much more with faith. Fire, I believe, is kind of a hybrid. It's right in the middle. So here we are, down the ladder. There's a locked gate here that we cannot get through. Not yet. There's this enemy that's walking over here. Oh, he dropped something. Life gem. Dang it. Now, this guy right here is sitting in a bloodstain. This kind of... I guess it is moving a tiny little bit. This corpse here. Another mechanic that's new to this game, we've seen it a couple times, haven't really talked about it. Enemies that don't move, that act dead until you get close, right? So, like, here's another one. This corpse right here is not actually a corpse, it's a hollow. Oh man, I missed with all those attacks because I didn't lock on. So that sucks. There's a whole lot of unnecessary damage. This is another one of those locked doors that we can't get through yet. Yeah. Yes, so those enemies that appear to be dead that actually aren't, that is a big thing in this game. Huh, I failed. Beware of liar. Yeah, so here's another one. So it's interesting. Those guys ambush you a lot. So yet another reason that you really need to pay attention to all of your surroundings in this game. More so than in the first Dark Souls. This guy's dropping down, is going to attack us. There's a couple of archers that'll shoot at us too, so I'm going to lure him back inside here. You'll see, there's a bunch of enemies out there. We're going to head out there and defeat them all. At least that's the goal. Alright. Kinda got sick of waiting. There's his buddy. Cool. So normally we would follow this root branch ramp thing up here. Like I'm doing. Oh boy. And we would fight some of these soldiers and we would continue on our merry way. I'm going to kill these guys because they're here. They're an easy experience. Easy experience assuming I don't die. Jeez. There we go. So that's our critical path. That's where we're headed. However, remember, there's no railings or anything in this game. So if you want, whenever you want, you can hop off of things. So it's going to be a bunch more of these guys, and there's going to be like a bunch of items and stuff that we can get over here. So we're going to do this. We're going to see what we can take care of over here. I'm going to use my Heide Knight sword. So there's an archer up on the wall there. That's an archer who's dead ahead. He's not actually shooting at us right now, but he will in a moment. There we go. There's an archer there on the left. And then there's this guy with the shield. Shield guys are jerks because, well, they have shields. He can potentially block attacks, so I actually got lucky there and he didn't block any of my attacks. Oh boy. Mostly wary of that archer right now. He's kind of being a problem. Okay. So we're going to head over there and we're going to take care of that archer because I don't have any sort of ranged attack or anything right now. Which means we got to run and we got to jump here. Of course, there's yet another archer. That's an easy one, though. These guys are hollow infantry. These guys that we're wiping out so easily. Those other ones, the guys with like the pointier hats and the shields and whatnot. Also, there's a cave here. Yeah, let's check out the cave first. You don't want to go forward. It's Indiana Jones boulder. Also, it wipes out an enemy, so if and when you return here, be wary that that enemy will respawn, and the boulder will not. Anyway, human effigy. Yeah, so the other guys are hollow soldiers. They are the next level up. They're better creatures. Better meaning that they are tougher, and they typically have better equipment. So if we get, like, hollow infantry, like, I think we have hollow infantry boots right now. Yeah, so if we could get hollow soldier boots, those would be better.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think.
Got another NPC here.
Hale. I'm a traveler, like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse. How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps. I came to this land some time ago, Drang Lake, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Majula? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home, well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drang Lake. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall.
Okay, so this dude is obsessed with maps and is a little bit bonkers. Death required ahead and then treasure. Oh, I think they're telling me to kill him? I don't want to kill him, though. Can we keep talking to him? What would happen if we told him that we love maps, and we would love to go see that map inside the locked mansion? Because that's what he's referring to.
Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before. Here, take this. A key to the mansion. What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here. Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. Now, I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please. I'll be back in Majula soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure.
Yes, that sounds like fun. Let's meet up and talk about maps. That's actually going to be super helpful. We're going to, as soon as we get back to town, first thing we're going to do is go into that mansion and venture as deep into it as we can, which I know he told us that he doesn't want us to do. Or that we shouldn't do. He's heard strange noises. Source of those strange noises is what we're after. Wah, ha, 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 ha. Actually, we will find a pretty awesome item when we go back in there. Alright, so let's do a little bit of exploring here. I'm going to head back to that bonfire and rest up. And get all my estus flasks back. So we go to the right, we'll drop down, that's where we can climb the ladder again and do all that stuff. There's another path here. There's an item on the ground here. Heide Knight shard, that's awesome. And then there's some sort of gate that we can't get past, and there's a nasty looking enemy that has like a big old hammery thing. And that item on the other side that we can't quite get. So that's interesting. We'll make our way over there eventually. I don't think we can get over there until after we defeat the boss. Like I said, defeating the boss is the first boss of the game, at least. The boss of this area. That's as far as I've gotten on my own. So, I've explored towards Heide's Tower of Flame a tiny little bit. A bit further than we have right here. So, like, I know a little bit, but once we really get into that area, that's going to be the extent of my knowledge. And from that point on, I will be playing the game blind, which will be fun. Right now, we're still well within my wheelhouse of things I know about from Dark Souls 2. Try rolling. Yeah. Cool. So, I have no more estus flasks that we can use, but our health is pretty gosh darn close to the maximum. So I'm going to push forward a little bit, kill a few more enemies, get some extra souls and whatnot. Yeah, be wary of boss. So this is actually interesting. There's a big old bird there, reminiscent of the bird from the first game, I think, although we don't get a good look at it. And it's carrying a person who's going to murder us. Yeah, that guy... Yeah, just gonna let him do his thing, disappear. That enemy shows up sometimes. The first time ever, he just like walked up to me and murdered me with the sword with one shot. So we are absolutely not ready to fight that guy. He won't show up again for a while though. So we don't really have to worry about that. This guy right here, however, will throw firebombs if you give him a chance. I did not give him a chance. That's fun and exciting. Also, I haven't shown it off, but this weapon has like a really, really awesome strong attack. That where I kind of swing it. So I like the moveset of this sword. So my regular attack, if you've noticed, is an underhand swing, like from the ground up, which is pretty awesome. It's also pretty gosh darn quick. But I'll show you my strong attack here. It's that second attack. The second attack being the really quick thrust. I'll use it again when we get the chance. Got some gauntlets. That's pretty cool. Green Blossom, that will boost our stamina recovery. Bloodstains everywhere. There are some corpses with treasure on them and a bunch of ballista pointing at the entrance to that, so we're not going to go in there yet. We're going to talk to this guy, though.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it.
Ah, he hunts treasure.
Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself.
He hunts treasure, and there are bandits preying on people like me.
Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the loot for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed.
So, the other guy wanted to go in first. For whatever reason, you have his ring, and he got trapped inside. I don't know if I trust this guy.
I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside.
If we talk to him again, he'll just repeat that line. I don't know how much I trust this guy. But, are you ready? By the way, let me out of here. I mean, he said there's treasure in here, right? Yep, and there it closed on us. Probably gonna have to use a life gem or two in here. Alright, my Heide Knight sword is taking a bit of a pounding. Its durability is falling a bit, so I'm gonna switch over to my fire sword again. Weakness weapon or something. Enemy horde ahead. Enemy ahead. By the way, try luring it out. Where you have left, enemy ahead. Yeah, that's an enemy horde, alright. Oh. Oh man, there's still 2 of them there. Alright. See if we can just lure one at a time out here. Oh man, it's that guy with the shield. Like, I hate these shielded ones. These halberd guys are typically easy because they really often leave themselves wide open, like that guy just did. So this guy is going to be the problem. Also, I love that backstab. That is just like one of the coolest animations ever. Kind of surprised I got that off. Aromatic ooze. Secret ahead, therefore treasure. Oh, dang it, got shot in the back by an arrow. That's unfortunate. Oh, man. Stamina bar ran out. Alright, killed that guy. I'm going to use another life gem. Just want to make sure that we survive this area. The wooden arrows, doesn't matter. We're not ever going to use a bow and arrow, ever. Watch that guy die. Looks like he got stabbed in the back or something. Come on. I hate these shielded ones. Hollow soldier leggings. That should be better than our infantry boots. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's much lighter. It's super, super light. Leggings worn by hollowed royal soldiers. They appear to be crafted with quality materials, but are highly degraded and close to falling apart. Wearing these will be of little use. Also worth noting, bottom left corner, you see there's the C, and then there's the D for these guys. Now your armor scales with your physical defense stats, or your whatever defense stats. It's probably different for different types of armor, but they will scale and grow and be better as you raise your defense stat, and that's like a thing that you can see now, so that's cool. And there's no way across there to get to that item. It's not from here. So, thus our fun little journey ends.
Well,
we can talk to this guy again.
So you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh, but you should take this. It allows undead to call out for help to one another across the fissures between worlds. With luck, somebody will lend you a hand.
Cool, so we have the white sign soapstone.
Well.
Oh, and then he just repeats from there. Which, similar to the first game, I believe will let us be summoned. Try pyromancy or fire. Well, we do have a fire sword, so we can try that. But there's like a big old armor guy there with a big old hammer. And then there's going to be a couple of hollows up and to the left there. Yeah, and of course that guy throws firebombs. So we're going to have to deal with those guys first. And we shall. But not quite yet. It's just not a thing I'm prepared to deal with yet. Also, that's kind of creepy. Alas, nothing happened. Large soul of a lost undead. Okay, we have a good number of souls. There's a ladder here. We can climb up, and that'll let us deal with those enemies that are up there in the wall. We also need to deal with that room, but I'm not ready to do either of those things yet. We have no estus flasks. Our health is fairly low. I don't want to keep burning my life gems, so we're going to go back. We're going to rest at the bonfire, I'm actually going to go back to Majula and we're going to level up a bit, since we do have about 3,000 souls, plus a handful of extra soul-inducing items. So we're going to just kind of take a quick breather here, restock, resupply, and then we'll try it again. Goal in this game is to push as far as you can, you know, carefully, cautiously, without dying, and then back up, recuperate, and then try it again. And each time you go in, the goal is to go a little bit further. Now, we can buy a spell from her. Also, we can talk to her. I guess I haven't done that yet.
My name is Melentia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Drang Lake's been a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago. And the giants crossed the sea. Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself have nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own. They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now. But you know what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says. It's high time that I pick up a move. I've a bargain for you next time we meet, my love.
Okay. While we have the opportunity to do so, I'm going to buy her Healing Miracle. She has one Healing Miracle, one Soul Arrow Sorcery. We're not going to be using Sorcery, so that doesn't matter. We will get 3 uses of the Healing spell. You can use Heal 3 times, but we need 12 Faith in order to actually use it. And I have 8 Faith, so we need to get 4 more levels.
Thank you.
So we need 4 more levels to go into my Faith, and I need 2 more levels to go into my Attunement. So we gotta find a way to get 6 levels. I am gonna travel back to Majula. But before we level up, there is something else that we can go take care of really, really quick. There's actually a couple things we can take care of real quick. Yeah, what the hell? We're gonna go back to the broken towery thing that was back here. There was an NPC, he's locked out, there's a creepy statue, which maybe is a petrified person. And then there were 2 rooms, I think I only showed 1. Anyway, there are 2 rooms and they have these creepy monsters inside of them. We're gonna kill those monsters. They don't give a ton of souls, but I believe one of them is guarding an item, and I don't remember what it is. I don't know if it was anything good or not, but we can at least show that off. So in here, there's like some doors up there too, so eventually we're definitely gonna get to do something in here. Just can't do it yet. So there's the monster. He's got like a, is that like a poisonous hammer thing? Should be noted that if you close doors and let enemies like kind of do their thing, they will attack and eventually break through doors like that. Just kind of an interesting thing to see. I think fire might be more effective against this guy, although I'm not sure. I don't know what these are. They're super creepy looking. They've got like those bloated hanging stomachs. Like egg sacs or something almost? I don't know. These guys really creep me out. And that weapon will do poison damage to us if we let it. Similar to the first game, it'll build up a poison meter, and when that's full, we take a lot of poison damage. Lloyd's Talismans. Okay, so not super worthwhile. This one in here does not have a weapon, however. He's just kind of hanging out. Not gonna stop me from killing him, though. Okay. I honestly could not remember what those items were, or what that item was. I knew there was something in there. Lloyd's Talisman, not that useful. I'm not planning on doing any PvP, at least not intentionally. Not with this character, not with someone who uses miracles. Although you never know. But, yeah, that's not on my list. So Lloyd Talismans, I don't think they really have any other use. In the first game, you could use them to, like, screw up mimics. You'd, like, stun the mimics, and that would let you grab the item from the chest part of them without being eaten. But I always found it, you know, perfectly easy and fine and functional to just kill the damn mimics. We can use the key here, though, and we can check out Crazy Map Guy's mansion. There's also a giant book. Little stack of books. Pharaoh's Lockstone. That's going to be super important. We're going to be using that probably, hopefully, in the next video. But we can continue checking this place out. So there's a downstairs. We're not going to check that out just yet. Attic. There's a chest. 3 Titanite shards and 3 torches. That's actually pretty fantastic. And then from here we could just hop down and be back out in Majula. There are these little like dog animal creatures on the ground there. You can see them hopping around. They are pretty aggressive if you get near them, and they are really difficult to kill. Like, they just have a ton of defense. I'm sure I'll end up attacking them and fighting them at some point. Now we're going to go down here. So this is what he was talking about, the map. That looks like the map of Drangleic. And I think Majula is like right here-ish, I think. I did it. Life. Therefore, head ahead. There's a lot of people that have died around here. Now he warned us not to go too much further than this. Beware of hidden path. Chest ahead, but be wary of skeleton. Yeah. There's a skeleton. Oh. So, so far as I know, this is a unique enemy here, and it will not respawn. And it's also going to stay dead. We get souls for killing it. We get a human effigy, that's cool. Try bonfire, look carefully. I think we can do anything there. Skeleton, let me out of here. There was another Estus flask shard, though, so that's pretty awesome. That'll give us a 3rd Estus flask, which is super duper important. And then hurrah for treasure. That guy's attacking the wall. Soul Vessel, I think that's the item that'll let us respec. Illusionary Wall, judging by that other character that was attacking it, I'm going to say no. Cool, so let's eat a bunch of souls that we have. We have a few here. Estus Flask chart. Also, we can read this. I haven't read this. Shards of an Estus Flask. Shards are deeply soaked in Estus. Graft the shard to an Estus Flask to increase flask uses. Over the ages, countless souls rested their bones as they drank from the original flask. And now this shard remains, serving as a vestige of their hopes and dreams. That's kind of cool. I guess we don't have as many souls as I thought we did. That's okay, we still have some. 2,700 souls. Let's see if we can get a couple levels out of that. We should. 2 or 3. And we can get our 3rd Estus Flask here.
However,
so we'll go with faith for now until we hit 12. These levels are getting more and more expensive. So I'm going to head back here. I'm going to end this video here, and next time it's just going to be more of the same. I'm just going to be plugging through the Forest of Fallen Giants here. We're going to go back. Probably going to see if I can get through that room that had the all the ballistas pointed towards the door, which was very blatantly a trap. But we're going to go check that out. And probably see if we can deal with that big old hammer guy that we saw. Looked like a big old armadillo. So, yeah, those are kind of my immediate goals for the next video. And, of course, getting beyond that and seeing what else we can explore. So, thanks for joining me, everyone, and I'll see you next time.